I want to just tell you that last night, 9,000 people lost their jobs in New York City. These are some tenured teachers. These are workers in the government, et cetera, police officers. Good. They let them go because they refused to take the vaccine. So now remember, these are tenured teachers. You can't, in New York, you can fondle some of the kids and I don't think they can fire you. Literally. It is crazy because they have tenure. Okay, but this we can fire. And these people are being put out of work. Now, you might say, well, that's okay because, you know, they didn't get the vaccine and we all have to do our part. Okay, how about this one? California now seeking to regulate doctors stating COVID-19 misinformation. So they are now taking disciplinary action against doctors who say, no, for any reason, no, I don't think you should get the vaccine. They're talking about taking their license away. All right, wait a minute. What? No matter what you think, I don't care how liberal you are. If you're a leftist, you are seeing this with glee. But I warn you, if you understand the Great Reset, it ain't Marxism we're headed towards. You'll be the last to be eaten, but you will be eaten. Actually, in Germany, they were the first to be eaten. The brown shirts, the Night of Long Knives. You guys should look that up. Anyway, you know, when you look at what's happening in Canada, don't forget, it's already kind of happening here, but they haven't gone to the banks yet. But they will go to the banks, and they will go to the insurance companies. What you're seeing in Canada is the Great Reset, except it's being done under emergency orders. But they are pressuring the banks now, and, you know, you can decide whether or not you want to close these people's account. Of course, if you don't, I'm not sure that we can count you as a trustworthy financial institution. That's what's happening, and they're being encouraged now. The latest is take their property from them. Now, how does that relate to you? Well, it's a sign of things to come. But beyond that, you also have Americans who have been doxxed. And not just for this. Not just if you gave money for this particular fund for the truckers. Perhaps you gave it to support somebody who was in legal trouble.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty bad. It appears now that the people who have hacked Give, Send, Go have released everything from not only the Freedom Convoy, but also the Kyle Rittenhouse legal defense, some voter integrity project type of stuff that went on with the 2020 election, all their campaigns, and including, in many cases, over 1,000 pieces of pictures of, like, IDs, passports, social security cards.
I mean, how are these people? You know, there's one guy online. He's a really despicable human being. I'm not even going to give you his name, but here he is talking about hacking.
Yes, I doxed the truckers. I did it. It was me. I hacked Give, Send, Go, baby. And I do it again.
Yeah, he's calm. He's collected. I mean, this guy is nuts.
I do it 100 times.
Okay.
I did it. Right. Come at me. What are you going to do? What are you going to do to me, huh?
Wow.
All right.
Okay, so thank you. Appreciate it. Stop by again anytime. How this guy's not in jail? I mean, I don't know if he did it. We only have his word for it.
Yeah, he could just be bragging about it online and isn't actually responsible, but it's a pretty bizarre.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty bizarre thing to take credit for.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, all this stuff is out there. I mean, I worry about these people. These are people who donated to things that are not acceptable in our society.
Correct.
And now they're identifying information is out there as well. This is not good.
And the government is coming down on them. And who are these guys? This guy is famous, I guess, for posing with the V for Vendetta mask. And just because I know it will piss him off, this is the real one. This is the original V for Vendetta mask. This is the one from the movie. Yeah. You got a fake. Anyway.
Taunting hackers is always a good idea.
Good. Look, I don't know if this guy did it. Just screaming I did it doesn't mean you did it. But why is he still walking around? My guess is the government is okay with it.
You're saying that maybe some of the government representatives should have knocked on his door and asked him a few questions by now.
Yeah, I think they would have if he was doing that to BLM. Do you?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, look at James O'Keefe. They're at his house seemingly every day.
Yeah.
With a new round of allegations.
So that's great, isn't it? That's great. So now if you've given anything on Give, Send, Go, not just for this, your information is now out there. Now is a perfect time for me to do a LifeLock commercial. Unfortunately, I already did it this morning, but that's why you should have LifeLock. Your information is now out and exposed. And some of the good things are, at least on this trucker donation, a lot of the people who have been exposed are like, yep, and I do it again. Let me be like him. I do it again. I mean, that's what they're like, and they don't care. May I just suggest that you look at what's being done to these guys through the banks. There was an apparent run on the bank. Now, I'm not sure if that is entirely true. What is true is the 5 biggest banks in Canada kept having mysterious outages where no one could complete transactions. And if you were on online banking, they're like, sorry, we're having problems. Well, all 5 banks were having problems yesterday at the same time. That's weird, isn't it? Only the banks were having these problems? And the speculation is that there was a run on the bank because people are seeing, wait, you could just take my money? You just shut me down? This is why I have been saying to you for a long time a couple of things. 1, get away from the big banks. Now, this is happening with the small banks in Canada as well. But do everything you can to protect yourself. Don't run out and cause a run on the banks. But do go out and take your money and transfer it to a savings and loan. A bank that you know will stand because it's full of local people. Whatever it is, move that. And if you go and try to get cash, do not be surprised that you have to wait. We've told you that as well. You'll wait for as long as 10 days, 15 days, because the banks don't have the money anymore. The banks give the money to the Federal Reserve and they hold it. And so when, they deliver, I don't know, 10 grand maybe to the banks, to the cashiers, how much money do you need just to operate today? And we keep the rest. And if you want some of the savings that people have, if they come and they want it in cash, call us. We'll get it to you in 10 days. It's just that convenient. But that's what you need to understand, that this is going to happen here in America. And you have to reach out, not to your leftist friends, if you have any leftist friends, because your leftist friends are going to celebrate this. Your conservative friends, if they're awake, because many of your conservative friends will say, well, this is a private business and they can do whatever they want. No, they are being ordered in Canada and it will happen here through ESG. This is not the free market system. You've got to convince them, tell them. Also, I think you're going to have a lot of regular Democrats who will see this. And if you can explain to them, look, it's not just the truckers. It's now anyone, even in their families, if they go to try to help bring food to them or bring cash to them, they also will be debanked. This is real. You have to begin to think in a different way. We are not the America we used to be. We can be, but only if we're really smart, only if we are without violence. I don't care. Read Martin Luther King. If they're going to beat you up, let them beat you up and take you to jail. Do not strike back, because they will use that. Can you imagine if Martin Luther King had this? He had the FBI spying on him. They denied it, but they were. We now know they were. They were eavesdropping and everything else. So that's a given. But can you imagine if Martin Luther King and all of his supporters and anyone who was helping him in any way, if they were debanked? What would have happened? What would have happened? They hated him as much as they hate Trump, and they hate his supporters. They hate the truckers. It was the same kind of hatred. They just had the bounds of the Constitution. And people knew the Constitution. The Constitution is over unless we start using it. They can't do these things. And you have a compliant media, and you have a compliant YouTube and Google and everyone else. They want clear laws. They want the government to tell them, don't put these people on. Don't let them connect. The thing is they're not just looking at the people who are there. They're looking at anyone who has supported them. And if you've supported them even online, I guarantee you, you are already on a list. We got to wake up. We have to educate ourselves. We have to educate our neighbors. We have to stop hanging out with people who are not willing to deal with this. And not in a bad way. Just say, I just don't have time now. Because we need to connect with each other and help figure this out and support each other. We need to be close to like-minded people. And if that means moving to a place where like-minded people are, that's what I did. And I would suggest you would do it too. If you don't have any money, you're living paycheck to paycheck, which a lot of Americans are, go to the store and just buy anything that's on sale. Just buy an extra one. If you can afford 3 boxes of macaroni and cheese, but you only need 1 box, buy the 3. Because that price is going to go up, we know, through inflation. You won't be paying those prices that you're paying today 6 months from now. It will be more expensive. So you're going to save money. But you also have the ability, if you keep that food, you'll be able to have the ability to say, oh, they're shutting my bank down. That's okay. Oh, they're shutting my friend's bank down. That's okay. Here, have a box of macaroni and cheese. And I know that sounds crazy, but you have to understand that's the world we're headed towards. Doesn't mean we get there, but we are awfully damn close. Look at Canada.